All right. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to what I hope will be a complete stream. We just had a storm go through here. I wasn't kidding in the title of this stream when I said the storm is coming. Hopefully we get through this. I don't remember exactly what I put in the stream, but yeah, it's been here, but I think it's on its way out now. We did a members only stream back at 6:30, from 6:30 to 7:30, and well, it was fun, but it didn't go all that well because of the internet issue. Elon, dude, in case you are not aware, we have moved to the country. We got Starlink internet, which is fantastic, as long as it's not a huge thunderstorm that's happening out there. Melissa Jeswald, Hong Luong, I'm probably not saying your name right. Thank you so much for the video audio check. Listen, here, I'm going to show y'all. See that? So here's the deal. It is just me tonight. I apologize. Lisa will be in the chat, so you can say hi to her and all of that kind of stuff. But the deal is this: our youngest enlisted in the Navy. And this weekend, we deliver him to the Navy to go to boot camp. And so these are the last days that we're going to have with him still being our little guy, because he's going to go off to become a man in the Navy. And so Lisa is trying to spend the last few moments with that little boy that she can before he becomes a man. So of course I am joking. He's a man. Don't tell him that. But by age, he is a man. That's for sure. And so, yeah, that's what she's doing tonight. And you know what? If you're mad at her about it, you and I probably could not be friends. So that is where Lisa is. This shirt was sent to me by Jared Leto. No, I'm joking. It was not Jared Leto, but you'll understand why I said Jared Leto in a minute. We received a package this week from a special friend, not named Jared Leto, that he's one of only two other YouTubers that have been here. He's been in this room, as a matter of fact, helped me carry the desk, this desk right there, helped me carry this desk into here. I'm talking about Whip's World. He sent us a little package that had this shirt in there, which would be for me to wear to Aquashella if Lisa is not able to go to Aquashella with me, or to wear for streams like this. Like, hey, I don't have to explain myself. She's not here. What do you want me to do? We also got a couple of the adorable Whip's World stickers. Now, if I get up too close, the camera doesn't want to focus on it, but there, let me show you this. This is better. Now you will understand the Jared Leto reference. Kind of looks a little like Jared Leto in the old Whip's World logo. I think it's adorable. It's a little bit of Jared Leto with a little Jesus Christ mixed in there. That is from our friend Whip's World. I got one of the yellow ones too. This one's Lisa's. This one and the one with his beautiful Jared Leto face. I got that too, but it's in the fish room because I'm going to be wearing it in a video. So be looking for that. And I forgot it in there today. So, but I wouldn't have worn that tonight anyway, because Lisa's not here. So I had to explain, or I had to wear this one. So Leslie Perry says she's going back to the evening shift. So this will be the last time I get to catch you all live. Sorry, it's just me live. That makes it even more devastating. You guys are the only reason I'm bummed about going back. So make this a good one. I'll miss this more than y'all know. Big hugs. Leslie, I am so sorry that Lisa is not going to be here for your last night, but maybe she can give you a hard time in the chat or something like that. And maybe that'll make you feel a little bit better. Well, sorry, we're going to be missing you. If it's that important to you, you always can watch them on replay. I mean, I'm just saying they are an option to watch the next day on replay. And there you go. There's that. So next thing here, folks, y'all thought I was joking. Y'all thought I was kidding. You watched the video on Sunday and you saw me say in there, y'all better order these Shark Pros because they ain't going to last long. We did the math in the members only stream. We had 252 of those Shark Pros in here last week. They are all sold, all of them. And y'all thought I was just being a salesman in that video. You thought John's just trying to get sales. No, I knew it. I knew it was coming. And you want to know how I knew it was coming? When I don't have to prepare for a product review, when I can just start the camera up and just start talking and it just flows, like I don't need about the only thing that I needed help with was knowing how many gallons and liters and all of that each filter size covers. Then I had to reference my worksheet for that. But other than that, I just spoke freely about that thing. Why? Because it is an amazing piece of equipment. And I always know, just a feeling, I know when it's going to be the one, when it's going to be good. And I knew it. I knew that was coming. And I told y'all, but you didn't believe me. And guess what? Now they're all gone. But like I said in that video, we have made them available for back order. I have another 54? What's 18 times 3? I have, if that's 54, I have 54 more that were supposed to get here today. They didn't get here today. This is my life. But hopefully they'll be here tomorrow. And most of those are going to go to people who back ordered these filters. And then it's going to go right back on back order. I mean, it's a problem. It's a good problem to have if you're in the retail business, but it's also not, because I wish I had 1,000 of them. The thing is, there wasn't 1,000 of them for me to get. I mean, it's like CJ is, and I said CJ, not CJ. CJ has sent me as many as they can, and they're going to continue sending me as many as they can. But, there's only so many to go around. So I was not kidding when I said get them and get them quick. If you are in the market for one, if you want one, there will probably be more going up tomorrow. Like I said, a lot of them have already been bought by way of back order. But if you go on the site and you don't see back order in the title of the actual product, then we have them and I'll send it right out to you. But I'm trying to stay on top of it. In fact, it might happen while I'm live here. Somebody might buy the last 900 that we actually have in stock. Let me check that for reference here. As of about an hour ago, we had 4 of the 900s left, and I think they're all gone. And I'm going to have to switch that to back order. I will not be doing it while we are live here on the stream, but let's see. No, we have 3 of the 900s. We started out with 162 of the 900s like 3 days ago, and they gone, all of them. Not 3 days ago, however many days ago Sunday was. And now they are all gone. So I was not being a salesman. I was being for real with y'all. These things are amazing, and they're going to sell like crazy if you ever see them. And listen, I am not afraid to tell you it's okay to buy them from somebody else. I would love for you to buy everything you ever use in the fish keeping hobby for the rest of your life from me. But I understand we're not always going to have everything that you need. And it is totally okay to buy them from someone else. So if you find them somewhere, if you have to have one now, and you see that somebody else has them, get them, because they're not going to have them long. I promise you that. So anyway, enough of that. It's an exciting time. We've got that. We've got the Higer stuff that'll hopefully be here in about 2 weeks. Isn't it always 2 weeks for everything? Won't be long. I hope we'll have all of the Higer lights back in stock, and then we have a new product line that we're bringing in. It's on its way to us right now. I believe it's on a truck as we speak. Maybe not, but it's on its way. And And that's going to be super, super exciting. I'm not going to do a video about it. I don't want to do videos on every single product that we have, even though I think I got one negative comment on the shark video that I did the other day. And it was somebody who obviously had no idea what he was talking about, because he said, I'm on here pushing these cheap products out of China. Well, the sharks are made in Italy, handmade in Italy. So shows how much that idiot knows. Other than that, everybody, we don't seem to get negativity from those kind of videos, but I don't want my channel to become an infomercial every week. So I don't know that we will do a video exclusive to this new product line that we're bringing in. But we'll talk about it. We'll mention it, and you'll see it in the background and stuff like that. Be sneaky that way. So anyway, we do have Roots and Whiskers in here. Listen, folks, you may not know this yet, but Lisa's personal channel that she has, the name of that channel has changed, and it is now Roots and Whiskers, with the glorious little avatar of the cat's face that I made for her. If you see that, that's her. Say hi to her. She's in there. And we need a Carl shirt. So listen, I'm a little bit offended by the amount of people that are talking about Carl, completely overlooking my performance in that video, which I thought was very good. I thought I did good in that video. But nobody wanted to talk about that. Everybody wanted to talk about the cat. And I'm going to be honest, I don't blame you, because he is adorable. He is a pain in the butt. And if you didn't watch all the way to the end of that video, and I mean the end, like the last 5 seconds of that video, you missed the best part. So go back and watch it. When he does stuff like that, he is not the best cat in the world, but I'll tell you what it is with that cat, and this is a fact. He just wants attention. He just wants people to touch him and pet him and love him. That's all he wants. And it's adorable, but sometimes, I'm not going to lie, it's a little annoying. I was in there today working on the 360, and the dude was all over my feet. Like, I can't walk through the room. I'm doing a water change. I'm adding some dragon stone in there and, trying to make the 360 a little prettier. I don't think I was successful, but I tried, and he is on my feet the whole time. But what's even funnier than that, in the new fish room, I think we can call it the new fish room for at least the first year, can't we? In the new fish room, we have those shelves on the walls. There's not a whole lot of stuff on those shelves yet. There's going to be. We're going to put knickknacks and artwork and things like that up there. But for now, it just hasn't gotten done yet. So for now, what you see up there a lot is Carl. And I would send you a picture, but you would need to understand the context of the picture if I was going to put it up. But at the back of the room, not the back wall, but the back portion, it's basically, if you're familiar with the fish room, the area where the sinks are and the water heater. Above that, I have all of our aquarium supplies, water conditioners, algae scrubbers, all that stuff, nets, things like that. All of the supplies that we all use on a daily basis in our aquariums. It's all back there. And then on the very top of that back section, I have a couple of totes. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even know what's in them, but they're black totes up there. I went in there today to do some work on the 360. Video coming out on Sunday. And Carl was not only on top of the shelf, but he was on top of that tote. Basically, if he rolled over, he could put his paw on the ceiling of the roof of the room, and those ceilings are 10 feet high. So he was way up there, and it was kind of cute. And he was sleeping, so he was yawning when I walked in. It was really cute. But then he gets down, and he gets down by way of the 360, and I don't like that because he moves my lights around. I think he landed on one of my lights because the light was flipped over and shining up. So that's kind of a problem, but you know what? I think it's adorable, and he's out there. People have asked this. He is not out there alone. There's another cat up there or in there, and you can see her sometimes. She'll make an appearance. She's not as starved for attention as Carl is. You basically walk up to her and you can pet her, and she's the sweetest thing ever, but she's not going to run up to you. When we start jiggling the lock on that building to open up the door, we see Carl running. I mean, he's like, as soon as we walk in the room, he's there. He's all over us. And it's adorable. That's what he does. But the other cat, her name is Meredith, but we've never called her that. She became Baby Kitty the second she came into our house, a name given to her by Lisa. It is actually our oldest daughter's cat, but she gave up on trying to get that cat back. I mean, it just is what it is. This is Lisa's cat now. And Lisa calls her Baby Kitty. She's in there too. I'll try to get her on video. She's adorable. She's a little gray, cute, sweet little thing. But she just kind of does her own thing. She's not as starving for attention as Carl is. Carl used to be a neighborhood roaming cat until we got him and stole him from the neighborhood. Sorry, neighborhood. He's ours now. He's not even in the same state anymore. So good luck trying to find him. How's the biker doing? He's doing very good. He scared the crap out of me today. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you may think I have two bikers. I got three. Thanks to my friend Eric Furlow. He brought me when we moved into here, and he so graciously came up with his buddy Eddie to help us out with that, along with Whips World. He brought me a absolutely gorgeous ornate biker. I've talked about ornates for the longest time. I absolutely love them. I love all bikers, all of them. But an ornate is one of those that I was after for a long time. The problem was my other two are giants, and there's 5 other big fish in that tank too. A lot of times when you go to the store or pet store and you see a biker for sale, it's that big. That fish wouldn't have last 5 minutes in my tank. So I thought about, maybe I'll get a small one and I'll raise it up forever, because bikers don't grow super fast. And then maybe someday I can put it in. But then Eric Furlow messaged me and he said, hey, I'm coming up to your place to help you move. And I told him, no, don't do that, because that's crazy, because you live in Florida and the house is in North Carolina. You'd be a crazy person to drive all the way up to North Carolina just to help me carry aquariums. But he said, nope, I'm doing it anyway. And I'm bringing you about a foot long ornate biker. How do you say no to that? I tried to say no. But he wouldn't let me say no. That's the kind of friend that Eric Furlow is. So he is doing great. He scared me today because one of the things that I wanted to do, that tank, the 360 is a hard tank to do any kind of aquascaping in for a lot of reasons. One, you got to understand there's Oscars in that tank. So Oscars, and I'm not going to get rid of my Oscars. So, they take priority. Oscars are interior decorators. They are. So you have to decorate it in a way that the Oscars aren't going to tear it up. And then they're probably going to tear it up anyway. But then not only that, this tank is 8 feet long and 3 feet deep. It's incredibly hard to get in there and do any kind of aquascaping in. I put like 5 pieces of dragonstone in there today, and it was terrible. It's not fun. The only way that aquarium would be fun to do like a real elaborate, I would never be able to do an aquascape at the level of an Oliver Knott, but Oliver Knott does those big giant tanks. But he gets in them and does the scape with the tank empty, and then he fills it up later. That'd be the only way to do that tank and to do it properly. It's too late for that. That's not going to happen. So I got to work with a tank that's already full of water. So my decorating with that tank is basically take a piece of stone, put it in. All right. Take another one, put it next to it, whatever. It just adds a little bit more dimension to the tank. The other concern about that tank is I don't want to take space away from the bikers. I've got 3 bikers in there now. Thank you, Eric. 3 bikers in there now. One of them hides all the time. That's the one that is Eric's, and that has to do with why he scared me today. The other 2, one of them is always swimming around. You've seen him a million times in the background of my live streams. You would see him going back and forth. He's very active. He's all over the place, up and down. That would be the Enley that I have, the Enlicari. The Lepradi that I have is just super lazy. He's gorgeous. And he's probably 15 inches long now, but he just kind of hangs out. And if the Lepradi was swimming around active like the Enley is, I would be like, what's wrong with him? Like, why is he doing that? That's how lazy that fish is. So when a biker is lazy, they just lay down on the bottom of the tank. So I don't want to take away a bunch of space, even though it's 3 feet deep, it's 8 feet long. There's plenty of space for them. I want to leave plenty of wide open room for them. There's already a bunch of room taken up by the roots from that fake tree stump that I have in there. Universal Rocks. Everybody asks about that thing. I get it. It's gorgeous. Universal Rocks. That's where I got that from. There's already so much square footage taken up by that thing that I want to leave as much as possible. So trying not to take up floor space, trying to put in something that the Oscars aren't going to destroy, it makes it almost impossible to decorate that tank. This is why when I first got that tank, I said, I'm probably not going to decorate it at all, because why? I mean, the only thing I did with that tank was put that tree stump in there, and that was going to be it. I was not going to add anything else to it. But you know, it's been a couple of years. It's time to put a little bit more in there. So you can get a good look at that on Sunday. If you watch this Sunday's video, it's going to be all about the substrate. I had a rather fun adventure with adding play sand to that tank. So if you're interested in that, watch Sunday's video. A couple of people were very eagle-eyed and mentioned in the comments of last week's video, wow, the sand looks really good in there. Yeah, you weren't supposed to see that yet, but it's a fun video. You should check it out. It's not done yet because I still have to film the closing to that video, and I hate it because I hate filming for a video that's going to go up in 2 days. It drives me crazy. But anyway, I'm certainly not going to gripe about my little YouTube gripes with all of y'all because I'm very blessed to do what I do for a living. Okay. What do we got going on in here right now? Because y'all have been chatting. Tesla Killdozer. Good evening, John and Lisa. Sorry about that. Good evening to you too, my friend. Fish. This is going to be hard to say, but I got to get used to it. Fishtachio. It's very clever. It's very cute. Became a member. Welcome to the team. And then also super chatted a little bit after that. Said driving back from Deerfield, Florida. But I wanted to tell you I became a member. Thank you so much for that, Fishtachio. I like that name a lot. I'm not going to lie. High Performance Trucking. I bought one of them filters. I'm going to try to use it as a polishing filter. The name is Robert Ransom from Florida. Let's see. See if yours got sent out already yet, Robert. Yep. It got sent out. It's been delivered. You might be on the road because you're a high performance trucker. It was delivered yesterday, my friend. So when you get back from your trip, you're going to have a surprise waiting for you and you're going to love it. As far as a water polisher goes, forget about it. It's going to be as good as you got. I mean, you ain't going to do any better than that. I don't need to sell this filter anymore. So I'm not giving you a sales pitch. You already bought it. I'm telling you, it's going to be a great water polisher. And you bought the 900, which has all the filters, all the sponges in it. So yeah, you're going to be thrilled with that. Furloughs Aquatics, happy Thursday. I'm working with this new camera and I've never had a piece of equipment make me feel like an idiot. They will. I'm going to tell you all something today that you, maybe you would expect that I would do something like this. I've actually taken 2 online classes on how to film videos and how to use cameras and stuff like that. I'm still not the best at it. And there's a lot of reasons for that. Lisa and I spent a lot of time in front of a green screen. And that really doesn't take much skill. I didn't do it well at first. If you watch some of the first videos that we did with the green screen, it was terrible. But then I got a little better at it and got a little better and kind of kept refining it. The point that I'm trying to make is I didn't really have to flex any knowledge of how to use a camera because it was the same thing every single week. Well, we've gotten away from that and I regret it because those were, our channel was really blowing up when we were doing all of those videos. Why wouldn't you go back to doing it then, John? Well, because it ran its course. That's why. So now I have to use all of the features and had to start to understand what aperture and ISO and shutter speed and all that kind of stuff is. It's really not that difficult to grasp once you get it. But it's kind of like going from a Windows computer to a Mac, or going from Windows Movie Maker to Premiere Pro. It's like, oh, there's so much. How am I ever going to understand what all this is? But then you work with it for 6-7 months. You do 40, 50 videos on it, and you start to go through it like it's nothing. And it's like, oh, this is so easy. That's how using a camera is too. But I still screw up quite a bit. And my wife doesn't. Well, she knows now because I've given her a couple of classes on it. But when we were moving and we had that big moving day, there was a lot of footage that I couldn't use because we were inside, we were outside, and it's back and forth, and it's raining outside, and there was constant adjustments that needed to be made with the camera, and she just didn't know how to do it because I'd never taught her how to do it. And so there was a lot of footage that couldn't be used because it was just blown out by the daylight and all that kind of stuff. But it is what it is. I would suggest Furlough. I told you the YouTube channel, Potato Jet. But he also has a class, Udemy. I think that's the name of the website, Udemy. What I actually paid to be a part of that. See who's calling? The number's not on there. Should we answer him live on the chat on the stream? Robert Lupton from Flip Aquatics, you are live on the KG Tropicals live stream. Hang on, let me put you on speaker because nobody can hear you. Here we are. Yeah. Okay, I got you on speaker now.
Well, what a privilege it is to just come to everybody live on the KG Tropicals channel. It's been probably 3 years since we've done something like this.
I think it's longer than that. I think you were on in like 2016 or something like that.
No way.
Just so you know, I don't want you to be nervous. There's 44,000 people watching right now. So
44,000.
No.
This is like the Super Bowl of my life.
No, there's not that many. That's a running joke on my live stream. We always say the numbers are much more inflated than they are. So I would imagine you were not calling to participate in the stream. I think you probably had something to talk about, but I'm a little occupied right now. Can I call you back?
Absolutely, man. No rush at all. I'll be on the road all day tomorrow, so feel free to give me a call back tomorrow or tonight. But I'll let you get back to the live stream. Thanks for answering, and shout out to all the KG Tropical fans out there.
Absolutely. There's a little bit of a delay, so I don't see anybody hollering at you yet. But as soon as I hang up, everybody's going to be like, Rob, 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 Rob. It's gonna go nuts. So
Well, I love it, man. Well, hey, you have a great night, and thanks for answering.
Hey, no problem. I'll holler back at you in a little bit.
All right, have a good one, John.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Who doesn't love that guy? If you don't love that guy, then you seriously need to really look at yourself, because that's a special human being right there. It's not you, dummy, Joe Coffee. It's like UDEMY, Udemy. There they are. Not much love, Rob. Yay, Rob. Now everybody's saying Rob. I said it was going to happen. I think there's like a 20-second delay. But yeah, there you go. The Dance Shack Movement and Holistic Center put it right there. The Udemy is a great resource. What's that other website? There's another website that has classes like that. Those are all good sites. But yeah, I think I took Potato Jet's class on Udemy, and it was really good and absolutely worth the money. So you want to learn how to use a camera, go there. It's very good. I mean, Rob's all right. Now, Amanda, she's awesome. Yeah, I mean, come on. That whole family, I've met his mom. I believe I've met his dad. I think Amanda's mom was there. Like, when they do Aquashellas, like, the whole family gets together and goes down there when they have a booth. They didn't have a booth in Orlando because Amanda had just had the baby. So, but when they have the booth, it's like all hands on deck. Like, all the Luptons and whatever Amanda's maiden name is, they're all there, and it's a whole hootenanny, and it's fun. But yeah, Amanda's a super special person too. So, Rob's a guy I've always, like, you can't, if you're going to mess with Rob, you're going to mess with me. That's just, I know that doesn't scare you, but you don't know what I'm capable of. So don't be messing with Rob. I'm coming after you if you do. Douglas Korb, any info to help save my Oscar's eggs before they eat them? Oh, so is it the parents, Douglas, that are eating the eggs? Because that is a tricky one. Really, about the only way you could save them at that point is if you remove the parents, take them out of the equation. But then you would need to husband the eggs yourself. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know anything about breeding Oscars because I've never had a desire to breed Oscars. I love Oscars. They're one of my favorite fish ever, but I've never went to want to breed them. So, let me just check something here real quick. Okay. So I don't know if they need special somethings. I don't know. Like angels, for example. If you remove the parents, you have to take care of angels' eggs. Discus, same way. I don't think you need to with Oscars, but you would need to make sure, there's water flowing over the eggs so they don't rot and all that kind of stuff. That's the best thing I could tell you. Yeah. I'm sorry. I just got an email that's got me distracted. Not bad, but just got me distracted. But yeah, there you go. I just watched Rob's video tour of Ohio Fish Rescue. It was awesome. Rob is so cool. Yeah, he is. I met Rob in person for the first time in 2015 at the Aquatic Experience in Chicago. As far as YouTubers go, it was me, Sean Peck, who I roomed with, Dustin, Joey, and Rob. And I think that's it. And I think that Chattanooga Ed said that he was there. But nobody knew him then. I don't think he had a channel then. But I think he said he was there. But I didn't. Oh, and then the Aquascape guys were there too, because that's when I met them for the first time too. So yeah, Rob's a special guy. I adore that guy. Rochelle Williams, shirt is awesome, John. Just got my 37-gallon aquarium. What would you suggest for a centerpiece cichlid? Thanks in advance. For 37 gallons, I'm always going to say angels. people probably despise me for that. Like the Sammy Sprinklers on bench warmers, that people despise him for that. I think people probably despise me for always saying angels, because angels are so common and you can go to PetSmart and you can get them and all that. But listen, I don't care if they're common. One of my favorite fish in the world is Oscars. There's no more common fish than that. So yeah. But I'm sorry, my gum got stuck in my teeth. There's also a lot of really, really cool Tanganyikan cichlids that are smaller that you could definitely do, that are fun because they'd be easy to breed. Things like shell dwellers and stuff like that, that you could have a lot of fun with on in a 37 gallon. I mean, there's a lot of options, but just stay with the smaller ones. And I really, really like your picture of the cat. And I kind of wish I had done something like that for Lisa's avatar instead of the one that I did. John Oliver was there. The last week tonight guy? No, I know who you're talking about. I didn't know he was there. There was probably a lot of people that were there that we just didn't even realize they weren't YouTubers yet. You know what I'm saying? And I think that was the case with Rob. Not Rob, but Ed, and if John Oliver was there, same thing. Rob had a booth in Orlando. It was right near the YouTube corner. In Orlando this year? I didn't think he had one, but maybe he did. But Amanda wasn't there because they had just had the baby, so maybe that's what confused me. But angels or cribs? See, there you go. That's perfect. I wasn't talking about cribs, but that's another great, great choice. Devil Fish, thanks for everything yourself and Lisa do. Well, thank you. Thank you for thanking me. I didn't mean for that to get weird. It was weird that I said that. Thank you for thanking me. I just thought that was weird that I would thank you for thanking me. You know. David Cochran became a member. Welcome to the team. Texas Fish Room must have no. He said, good evening, y'all. Lisa's been laughing lately because as we're down here more, because we live here, I've caught myself a couple times already. I'm being real careful to make sure I don't do it now, but I've caught myself a couple times starting to develop that North Carolina accent, which I don't understand because we don't see anybody. We're like here all the time. The only people we see are the same people at the post office and at the UPS store, or not UPS store, but the UPS location. Those are the only people we ever see here. And so I don't know why it's happening, but I've noticed that with myself. But and I'm not fighting it because I think the North Carolina accent is awesome. But when you typed in y'all, the Y apostrophe ALL, Lisa said the other day that she's been using y'all a lot more. And I said, we've lived in Virginia our whole lives, and everybody in Virginia says y'all. This is not a new thing. It's not like you're moving from Pennsylvania where they say yins. We've always said y'all. It's not different than it. But yeah, she says she's even texting y'all more now, which is, that's why it reminded me, because Texas Fish Room. I never even said why Eric Furlow's ornate biker scared me. See, this is what happens when you're alone on the stream. Eric Furlow's ornate biker that he gave me, his name is Draco, and he's always going to be Eric Furlow's ornate biker. That's just what I'm always going to call him. But his name is Draco because I have Draco, Crab, and Goyle. Look it up if you don't know what those names are. I had Crab and Goyle for the longest time. Draco was the last piece of the puzzle. Draco is very much not like the character Draco Malfoy. He is a hider. He likes to be to himself, and he likes to hide. And he was hiding real, real good today. And he scared me because I couldn't find him. And I'm sitting in there doing work in the tank, and all I got to do is touch that big Universal Rock stump. If I touch it, the pleco comes out. The common pleco. I have a common pleco in there and a vampire pleco. I never see the vampire pleco ever. But the common pleco, I just touch the wood, he comes out. And usually the biker would do the same thing, but he didn't do that today. And I started getting nervous, and there was a smell coming out of that tank, and I was starting to freak out a little bit. I was like, if that fish is dead, I quit. I'm done. I'm out, because can't have that. It was not that fish being dead. No. And it's not like it reeked of fish. The smell was because there was 2 pieces of tilapia that the fish hadn't eaten, that for some reason, this is why they didn't eat it, it was floating, because I feed the bikers chopped up tilapia. I buy it frozen. Lisa buys it for me frozen. I thaw it out, cut it into cubes, and I throw it in there. 2 pieces, for some weird reason, were floating, and they were right up at the top of the tank. And so I was up there working, and I couldn't see it because the trim on Custom Aquariums tanks is really thick. It was under the trim. That's what I was smelling. And it freaked me out a little bit. But I picked up the log, and there his little butt was under there. He was like, come on, dude. I'm trying to relax here. So I put it back down, and he's fine. But he comes out a lot more than he used to. But he's still, the other 2 never hide, ever. They're always out. But that Draco, he is always, always, always hiding. No Luna. No, I don't have a Luna in there yet. I don't know for fact, but I'm pretty sure all of my bikers are males. And I don't know the sex of any of the other 5 fish that are in that tank. The Oscars, I don't know if they're males or females. I know I have a male and a female Severum because they keep breeding. They keep spawning. Nothing ever happens, obviously, but they keep spawning. They keep laying eggs on the glass like every 2 weeks. But I don't know which one's which. So, if I'm going to name a fish Luna, I'm going to need to know that it's a female. And my daughter would be so happy because Luna is it Lovegood or Lovejoy? Is her favorite character from the Harry Potter series. So, I don't know if I have a favorite character. I mean, it would be Snape. It would absolutely be good old Severus. He would be my favorite. I want to get the figurine of Severus Snape and put him back here. I could go all night on Harry Potter. KP Priest recommended tank mates for my giant Galaxy beta from you, just shipped to me today. 20 gallon long. I usually, Lisa's the one to ask this. Hopefully she addressed it in the chat there for you, KP. But I would recommend the same fish with giant betas that I would with the regular size betas. Not, I try to keep them smaller than the betas. There are bigger fish that will go with them. Love good. Thank you, Kelly. And JJ, thank you. All the Potterheads are letting me know, but smaller tetras, things like that. Maybe not embers because they're so microscopic that the giant beta would easily eat them. But I like to keep tetras, rasboras, things like that. The list is very, very long. We did a whole video on beta tank mates. It's, I think, our 3rd most watched video on our channel. I don't have it up. So check that out for sure. One of the best thumbnails I've ever done. And it was the easiest thing because I didn't even do anything. I just took a picture and there it was. I didn't take the picture. It's a stock photo, but it's glorious. And glorious, beautiful blue beta. And it just says tank mates. Genius. Watch that and you'll see all of our list of what we recommend. I prefer to keep the beta a centerpiece, like especially giant beta because they're bigger, and then have smaller fish that are not going to hurt the beta and the beta is not going to hurt them. That's the way I like to do it. Regina Phalanges, will you ever consider selling CJ canister filters too? Did somebody ask that in the member stream? Didn't they? Uh, twice in one day. We have considered it a lot, and maybe someday we will. The small canister is adorable. The smallest whale is the cutest little canister filter you've ever seen in your life. And they are dead nuts silent. They are great little filters. I have one. I've used it. It is a great little filter. The problem with those for us is shipping. Shipping them is a disaster, because when you get into the bigger ones, they're so big. It's different when you're shipping long lights. Like we've got 4-foot lights that we ship, and we usually lose money on shipping, but it's not like going to put us in the poorhouse. But when you're talking about big giant filters like that, I know this is going deep business talk here, but we have to basically consider shipping as part of it, because we do free shipping over $79.99. So, and I mean, I think all of the whales would be that, maybe not the smallest one, but they would all qualify for free shipping, and they would be the biggest packages that we have, which I'm willing to eat shipping fees. It's fine. It's part of the business. I get that. Jeff Bezos, but that's part of the deal. But you know, when you're talking about a package that's going to cost $28, because of course everybody that orders that filter would be from like Oregon. It'd be I have two friends. Kenny's up there and Chris is up there. Multi-Tank Addiction and Daniken are both up in Oregon. It'd be all of their neighbors would be ordering these big giant filters that cost a fortune to ship. And so we kind of would have to figure that in. It's like, we're going to have to pay for shipping. There's going to be no shipping fees on any of these. We have to take that into consideration when we consider bringing in a big product like that. It's why you don't see them in a lot of places. Maybe the big giant websites, you'll see them on there because they've just got the money to where they can be like, okay, it's fine, whatever. We can sell that filter and not make any money, and it's fine. Whereas with me, I'm putting out all that money just to have it. And then you understand what I'm saying? It's complicated, but we may have them at some point. I love the Whale. I love the Fluvals, all of them. I love the 7 series and I love the FX6 and the FX4, but it's just hard. It's hard to do that. And Fluval doesn't let anybody make any money either. So it's with the FX6s. I can tell you this is a fact. Anybody, whether it's saltwateraquarium.com, BRS, freshwateraquarium.com, anybody selling the Fluval large canister filters, the FX4s, the FX6s, great filters. I would never have a bad thing to say about them. Every single one of those companies is paying people to buy those filters. I promise you, because there's no room in them at all. And they're getting free shipping. It costs a fortune to ship them. I love, love, love your not so silent Jeff Bezos rants. Oh, I could go off. I could go off on how Jeff Bezos screwed up our industry, because our industry, there's shenanigans that are happening in our industry right now that I was just made aware of, that if there was no Jeff Bezos, it would have never happened. And it's so frustrating, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to bore you all with that. Shark Pros arrived today. Yay. People are getting them. People are happy. Get those reviews in. If you haven't, if you just put it in your tank, you don't have anything to review yet, but anybody in here that has bought the Shark Pros, you should be getting an email with a little discount if you go back and review it and put a photo and everything in there. Do that because it's brand new. We haven't had many reviews on them yet, if any. Patrick Murray, hey, I'm treating a small group of new fish with general cure. Should I use an ick medication too? Oh boy, Patrick, your picture looks a lot like somebody that I saw in a show that I was watching last night, and that is not an insult. It was a good looking man, just like you are. That glorious beard of yours. You're trying to start some controversy now, aren't you? You're trying to get me in trouble. I am not. I've never put myself out there as an expert. I never have. I'm a guy that keeps glass boxes full of water, and I really like talking about them. So don't take anything that I say ever as expert advice. Okay? I personally am not a believer in medicating fish during quarantine. It's just me. We can have difference of opinion. We can, I can say this and somebody else can say the complete opposite, and that's totally fine. But I would rather not introduce medications to a fish that is not necessarily sick. That's just my personal thing. I do believe, and I'm not a doctor, so how would I know? But I do believe that exposing fish to medications when they're not sick can start them along that process of building an immunity to that medication. And I don't want to see that happen. So what I would tell you, and you just asked me, so I'm assuming you would like to know my answer. What I would tell you is no, unless the fish needs it. Ick is very, very common in brand new fish. Very common. And it's because what are the things that are going to trigger ick? Stress, low water temperatures, bad water conditions, all of these things that happen during the process of getting fish from your or from the farm to the distributor, from the distributor to the store, from the store to you. It's a stressful thing on those fish. And so it's very common to have fish have a breakout of ick when you just get brand new fish. And then people, in my opinion, do the wrong thing and they automatically say, that place has bad fish. It's not necessarily, it sucks that it happened, but it doesn't necessarily mean that the place you bought it has bad fish. You can get, there's definitely, I hear rain hitting the window right now, Leslie. So I hope things don't go south on us here. But, it still says I'm live, so I'm just going to keep talking here. But, oh boy, what's happening? See somebody mentioning Rowling's journals. What's happening here? Are we having the J.K. Rowling discussion in my chat? Or is that something completely different? That's the only Rowling I know. Anyway, what were we talking about? If you buy new fish and they get ick, it doesn't necessarily mean you bought them from a bad place. However, Patrick Murray, if you bought new fish and they do not have any signs of ick, I would not treat them for ick. That's just me. I wouldn't treat them with any medications. I am a firm believer in quarantining. I think quarantining is smart. I think it's the right thing to do. But I personally do not introduce medications unless the medications are necessary. I hope I'm being clear. I'm not trying to crap on anybody who does it the opposite way. That's fine. But me personally, I don't. Patrick Murray again. I have a tank of crazy severums after live brine shrimp treats. That is fun to watch. I was telling Lisa the other day, y'all are going to make fun of me, but who knows if I'm even still live anyway. We are all entertained by watching our fish eat, aren't we? I mean, that's what we do it for. I don't know about y'all, but for me, watching fish eat, I mean, and some fish are more fun than others. You want to know some fun fish to watch eat? Stingrays. It's adorable. Bikers, come on. You want to know what a biker does? It pushes the food around, pushes it around, plays with it a little bit, like bouncing it around like a little beach ball. And then all of a sudden, boop, it's gone. It's fun. I caught it on video a bunch of times. I don't know what video to point you to, but it's in a couple of my videos. It's so much fun. I feel the same way about all living things. If I walk into a restaurant and there's a little old man sitting there eating, it's the cutest thing I've ever seen. Little kid, little babies. Come on. You going to tell me seeing a baby eat isn't the cutest thing you've ever seen in your life? I tried explaining that to Lisa the other day, that I just think it's so adorable watching any living creature eat something. Now it would be pretty, I don't enjoy watching a hyena eat a deer. That's not cool. I'm not even entertained with the videos of grizzly bears eating fish. So I don't really like watching that, but I don't know whether it's kids, old people, young people. I don't care who it is. People, animals, fish, birds. It's all fun to watch them eat. So if you're sitting there watching the crazy Severum show eating brine shrimp, which means they're probably chasing them around, like, that's entertaining. I don't care who you are. Whips World, I'm sorry. I'm fine. I did a thing. I acquired a teeny tiny Vieja Argentina. Argenti? I don't know how you say that, but I know it's Vieja. Why you got to be putting all these fancy names in there? 2 Macheros Feste from Predatory Fins, and then 3 regular/3 long fin bristlenose from Misfit. Never heard of Misfit, but I like Glenn Danzig. But that's cool. That's awesome. Feste, come on. That's one of the prettiest fish ever. Viejas are awesome. Getting into the big cichlids, are you? I like that. That's cool. So you look like, in your avatar anyway, because we both know. You look like Jared Leto / Jesus Christ in your avatar, and you got some big cichlids and some bristlenose. You're doing good, my friend. Leo 209 Aquatics, what do you think of African arowanas? And what a good smaller Lake Tanganyika breeding project for the 40s. It's multis. It's multis every time. Multifasciatus. That's the shell dwellers. That's the little Tanganyikans. It's going to be easy. You're going to have a lot of them. It's going to be fun. They're cute. There's your answer right there. African arowanas. Isn't that Jardinis? They're cool. They look a lot like Asian arowanas. I've never seen one that's not a total jerk, though. I almost did a bad thing, and this was like 10 years ago. I almost bought a jet black Jardini arowana. It was spectacular. It was like 8 inches long. It was in a tank by itself. It was $250 10 years ago. And it tried to murder anything it could see. It was banging itself against the glass because it would see a person on the other side. It's the most aggressive alone fish I've ever seen. You walk up to the tank and it just looked at you like, if you could hear what it was saying, it would be like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm coming out there. I'm going to kill you. Like it just looked like a nightmare of a fish. And that's why I didn't buy him. Because I was like, I'm never going to be able to put anything with this fish. It's going to be a terrorist. No, can't do it. But I almost did. And that would have been a huge mistake. With World Plus, I won a flower horn from Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. Oh, see, now that name I've heard. And 4 angels and a chocolate bristlenose from Peplin Creek. I'm going to have to do some rearranging. Good grief. That's a lot of stuff in 1 week. My goodness. Yeah, you're going to have your hands full. My male Chihuahua, that's my female. She's a sweetheart. And here comes my male. There he is. He's going to jump up there with her because that's what they do. They're brother and sister. He has a thing. He drinks too fast and he spits up almost every time he drinks. And he just did that. And it really bothers me. Anyway, not quite sure why I had to mention that. Ligate 12, I have an Endlicari that's always out and about, and a Weeksii that I see once in a blue moon. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And I hate that because these fish are so glorious, particularly any species of biker, bishar, bisher, bachir, whatever you want to call them. I don't care what you call them. I call them bikers because I think it's cool. And I don't want them to hide. I considered taking away that log so that the ornate couldn't hide, but then I was like, nah, it's a really pretty log. No, not the Giardini. They're also called a Nile arowana, and it's not even considered a real arowana. Well, then it's not. Who cares? Let me see. I'm going to type it in. You would think an arowana guy like me would know what you're talking about, but I mean, all we can get here is the silvers. So, come on now. Come on, Elon. Send me the picture. Come on. What are you waiting on? I mean, that's pretty cool. I'm on Aqua Imports. They don't have the best picture of them. They used a flash, which made the eyes look terrible. But I'm not here to criticize this company. I know how difficult it is to take pictures of fish. I mean, it's a pretty cool looking fish. I don't know anything about them, though. One of the most unique fish in the ancient family known as bony tongues. The African arowana is widespread across freshwater habitats throughout the continent, where they tend to inhabit shallow river and... Okay. I mean, it's a cool looking fish. I don't know anything about what you can put with them or anything like that. So, I don't know. I think I'd prefer the silvers, if I'm being honest with you. Silvers are long. I like it. I could just tell looking at that fish that it's not going to do the graceful fold in half turn like the silvers do. It's going to, I don't know. If it were me, if I was going to choose between the two, I'd probably go with the silvers because I don't know anything about these. So it would be unfair for me to try to tell you anything about those. As far as my opinion of how they look fine. They're pretty cool. I still think the silvers look better, but that's just me. Simply Sierra became a member. Welcome to the team. Simply Sierra, Matt Laparo. White fuzz on aquarium decorations. Take a toothbrush and scrub it right off. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. And use a question mark next time because you might be saying to me, I really like white fuzz on my aquarium decorations. I think it's the coolest thing in the world. And I just told you to get rid of it. I'm giving you a hard time, Matt. It shouldn't be anything catastrophic. Scrape it off of there and it'll be fine. If it becomes a huge problem, start looking at what is causing it to make it grow. Do you not have enough water movement? Or you have too much light? Are you not doing enough maintenance? Those are all the ways to get rid of algae. Joe, did I get it? What would be your ideal stocking for a mixed American cichlid 110 gallon and a first time fish keeper? Did everybody already answer that for me? 110 gallons. You want to keep American cichlids. What do you think I'm going to say? I'm going to say the fish that is the easiest in the world to keep. They get very big. They become members of the family. They are water puppies from the time they're born until the time they unfortunately pass, which will usually be a pretty long time because they are so easy to keep. My friend, I would steer you towards one of the most common fish in the aquarium hobby, the Oscars. I'm sorry. You want me to lie to the guy? You want me to tell him, oh, go get you a Buddha co-fry. Go get you flower horn. Go get you the jaguars, doveye. I don't have any of those, but I have Oscars. If you want more decorative fish that are just stunningly gorgeous, because Oscars, y'all might yell at me for saying this. I don't think Oscars are gorgeous fish. I think they're just cool. There's a difference, and you know what I'm talking about. A gorgeous fish is an angel. It's a severum. It's a discus. These are gorgeous fish. These are fish that you look at and you go, those are pretty. Oscars, you look at and they're like, oh, look at that dopey looking thing. Isn't he just special? Look, that's a cool fish right there with the spots and the big googly eyes and the big mouth. And he looks like, that's a cool fish. There's a difference between cool and pretty. If you're looking for pretty, I would go either angels or severums. Severums are unbelievable. I've got 2 of them. Excuse me. Love them. They're awesome. They keep breathing like crazy, but nothing's coming of it. They are the poor man's discus is what they are. When they get big, they don't look anything like discus. I mean, if you look at them at a certain angle, maybe, but they're way fatter than discus. They're not round. They're more arrowhead shaped, but they resemble discus, and they're way cheaper than discus. A tank full of severums is gorgeous. You can get a few different colors of them. Gorgeous. 110 gallon, you're in a good position to get a lot of, I don't mean a lot like a big number of cichlids, but you have a lot of options of different types of cichlids that you could do. However, am I going to tell you to put a doveye in a 110? Probably not. There's some that just get way too big. Flower horn, people have probably already suggested, and Whip just got one. Flower horns are really cool, but you're going to have that one fish in that 110, just like if you had a doveye. And I like Oscars. Where are we at? Adolfo Prieto, any updates on the 2 55-gallon tanks for the best beta system on YouTube? It does look pretty awesome, by the way. Thank you for paying me money to tell me that the system looks awesome. Salvinis are a great choice too. Yes, Pistachio. Thank you, because they are awesome. No, there's not any updates. I had said, I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, told the story about those tanks crashing and burning. That story does have a good ending. I'm going to share this story with you because it is the opposite of what I told you before. And I think it's a good story. It restored my faith in, people. I told you the story a couple of weeks ago of how this distributor, okay. Sorry. I'm doing 20 things at once. I was dealing with a particular distributor, and I ordered the tanks. The truck got in an accident. It was the 55s, but then also a bunch of tanks for another thing that we're doing. We're doing a thing. And that truck was in an accident. And then it had nothing to do with the accident, but we ended up getting in a big fight with this company. And I had a talk with somebody about that. We had a big fight, and they basically said, we're going to close your account. And I was like, fine, F off. And it was, it was a hassle because I had to look for other places to buy these things that we were getting and stuff like that. But it is what it is. I was talking to another friend of mine that's in the industry that is a big wig. This guy is, actually, I just told you a bold-faced lie. I just looked you in the eye and I lied to you. I talked to another guy, whose name rhymes very closely with Jay Wilson. I told Jay that story. Jay and I are good friends. Jay could call me right now and say, I need you in Oklahoma, and I'd be on a plane. I mean, Jay and I are good friends. And so when I had to vent, the next person that I talked to was Jay, and I told him that story. Well, Jay talked to this other guy, which I'm not going to name names other than Jay. This other guy is a big timer in our industry. He's not a YouTuber. He's not anybody that you would probably know. The only reason I know him is because he's in the industry, and I am in the industry too. But this guy he's a big wig. He's a guy that when he walks in a room, people go, "Oh, it's him." Jay told that guy. And what did that guy do? I'm also friends with this other guy. That guy got on the phone and he called that big distributor and he said, "Do you realize what you've done? Do you realize who that guy is? I didn't tell him to do this. How could I do that? Could you go tell him I'm a big time guy? Come on. I'm a small time guy that sells stuff out of my barn. Come on." But Jay told the guy the story and the guy said, "Oh, well, we're not having that." And he called this distributor and told them, I don't think you all realize what this guy's capable of. This guy, you don't want to lose this guy. And I had no idea that this happened. No, I didn't ask for it. All I did was vent to my friend. So a couple days later, I get an email from that distributor that says, "Hey, listen, this guy called and he told us some things, and we had a meeting here with all of the people, and we'd really like to reopen your account again." Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you they begged me to come back, and no, but they said, "We'd love to have you come back if you want to." And I put in a $10,000 order with them the next day. So, hey, we can forgive and forget. I reordered the tanks for the other project that we're doing and this new product line that we're picking up that I'm super excited about that you will see. I'm not going to do videos about it because I'm not going to make my channel an infomercial, but you will see this product. Trust me. And you've already seen it before. You've already seen it from me before, but not this round. Old school KG Tropicals followers will know. And when they see this product appear on our website, they'll go, "Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense." So that's what we ordered from that distributor. So, hey, listen, we can have a fight, and we can be at each other's throats, but then when the problem's fixed, it's fixed, and we move on and we continue doing business as if nothing ever happened. And Lisa's probably really mad at me right now for talking about all this stuff. But hey, listen, I feel like we're all friends here. And when I just have a conversation, I got to fill an hour and a half with my voice. Thought you might like that story. But Adolfo, they will be coming. The reason why it hasn't been a huge priority to get those 55s is because the 29s work fine. I'm actually going to redo the filtration on there. I'm going to eliminate the filter sock and just put another batten wall up, or matten wall is what I meant to say. The matten filters, which I'll probably order those from Rob. But yeah, the 29s are working fine. I will do the switch over to the 55s when I get the water tank set up, because I'm going to buy a tank. I don't know what kind of tank yet, but something that probably holds at least like 150 gallons. I will get to supply water to the system for water changes. When I do that, that's when I'll switch over to the 55s. Hopefully that's going to be soon, but I don't know. I got to get the other half of the system up and running. I'm ashamed of myself that I haven't done that yet. I'll be working on that next week. Lisa doesn't know that, but I'll be working on that next week. And then the next phase will be getting those 55s and the big water tank. So there you go. Thanks for taking me in a long detour, Adolfo. Jeez. Our aquatic universe with Mike B. Hey, John, did you get a flower horn yet? No. I'm going to tell you all another story because this is what I do, right? I tell stories. This is not a bad story. This is a guilty story for me. I don't know why I feel guilty about this, but remember the video I did a long time ago where I went to the fish store with Lisa. It was Lisa's birthday. We went to see Discus Hans and we bought her 10 discus for her birthday, which she still has. We bought, well, she lost a couple of them, but who's counting? We went with Scott from King and Queens. Rest his soul. No, he didn't die, but his YouTube channel did because he chose to kill his YouTube channel. Missed that guy. And we went with Rat Cross. Rat Cross is another guy that could pick up the phone right now and I'd be on my way to Tennessee. Johnson City, Tennessee. I can't think of Rack without thinking of that Darius Rucker song. But, all right, y'all, put the name of that song. When I say Johnson City, Tennessee, what Darius Rucker song am I talking about? We went up there to Daniken. I was talking about you earlier. It wasn't a big deal. Don't go looking for it. I was talking about people that live in Oregon. We went up to a store, which is again another thing that's no longer with us. The store shut down. I don't even remember the name of it. Scott told us to go there. We went there. It was awesome. I bought my arowanas, which we no longer have. I bought my first two Oscars there. I bought my Severums there. It was an amazing trip. And Lisa pulled me to the side. Wagon wheel. There you go. Attaboy. SC. Blah, 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 blah. Good job. She pulled me. She said, I want to show you this fish. It's so cute. And she took me. She pulled me over. And she said, look. And it was a flower horn. And I was like, ooh, that is really cute. But what are we going to do with it? What are we going to do with that fish? I really like it, but I ain't got nowhere to put it. And I don't know why. Lisa doesn't know this because I've never told it to her. I don't know why I still hold guilt for that. Like, she's probably like, I don't even remember doing that. And it's fine. But I still harbor some guilt that I didn't buy that fish. It was a really cute flower horn. It was about like that. But, yeah, anyway, it's not a Darius Rucker song. Technically, it's a Bob Dylan song. He wrote it, never performed it. Is that a fact? I did not know that. But Darius Rucker sings it, so let's not get all technical. And he sings it beautifully, and it is Wagon Wheel. And Katia 480, I probably said that wrong, lives in Johnson City. So he or she knows. They know. Them. They know. Anyway, why am I so weird? Flower horns are not out of the, they're not one of those things that I will never have. But I have a tank that's open right now and then another tank that's going to be opening up soon. And I don't know if that one's even going to be available to me when we move the goldfish outside. I don't know if Lisa's going to give me that tank. She did say that. Yeah, Lisa does remember him. He was the cutest little guy, so adorable and sweet. Yeah, see, she's going to rub it in now. We've never talked about this, but now she's going to bring it up all the time. Like, remember when you wouldn't get me that flower horn after I had just bought her 10 discus? But anyway, I don't know if Lisa's going to give me that 125. She did say one time she would, but I think she's changed her mind now. So there's that one, but then the 90 gallon, that one is going to be for the African cichlid breeding project that I'll be doing, that I will be doing videos about. Be on the lookout for that. We've already talked about it. And I think, listen, you can make fun of me all you want, but I got a 240 gallon tank full of yellow labs. I think it's the coolest thing ever. I think the tank right next to it with like 20 male flavescents in it would be pretty daggone cool too. I'm not going to get rid of the other fish that are in there. I think there's probably 18 fish in there now. I've got a couple of red empresses. I got a couple of sulfur heads. I've got the Moriai that I've had forever. I've got the Sunshine that I've had forever. Oh shoot. What else do I have? I've got an Azurus in there, a couple of OBs. I've got the Borlei OB. There's a lot, and a redfin borlei, there's a lot of fish in there. I'm not going to get rid of those, but I will probably, as I grow out these flavescent males, yeah, maybe we'll do some YouTube giveaways, whatever. But I think I'm going to probably take a dozen males and put them in that tank. Because there ain't too many things prettier in the African cichlid hobby than flavescent peacocks, males. I missed one. How did I miss this? Because oh no, I didn't miss it. I spent like 20 minutes on that one. Jeez, John, get it together. Holy cow. High Performance Trucking said there was 144 million people watching. You can add up like all the Super Bowls and it wouldn't total that. Like that is record breaking stuff. Susan Wojcicki, you better take note. High Performance Trucking saw it. 144 million people watching. There's nobody that's ever had a stream that big. Logan Paul fighting KSI didn't have that many people watching. You better remember. Melissa Jeswald, update. All of my pets have escaped the wrath of Mr. Landlord for now. He wants me to change a few things. I discovered audio files on YouTube. Hello, this is Lenny. It's a riot. Helped my mood while working. For some reason, the word Lenny it reminded me of Letterkenny. That'll put a smile on your face too if you're into that kind of humor. It is a more toned down Trailer Park Boys. And the only reason I say that is because they're both filmed in Canada. So I don't know why I say that, but hello, this is Lenny. I'll have to check that out. That's interesting. I'm always looking for things that will make me smile and make me not want to, you know what the news makes you want to do now? The news is terrible. And I'm not just talking about politics. I'm talking about everything. When was the last time you saw something good on the news? You don't. I even saw, Lisa sent this. I'm not going to say names because that's just weird. But Lisa sent me a post that was on thatinternet.com. And it was a guy from a place that had the exact same name as her ex-husband. And he won $5 million in the lottery. And I saw that and I was like, no, God. But it's not that one. It's another guy that had the same name. And it's a really unique name too, which is weird. But yeah, that was wild. That's good news to see that, especially when you find out it's not the ex-husband. Other than that, the news sucks. It's terrible. I don't even want to have anything to do with it. Nanners Piddlesmith. You know what I'm going to say. I love that name. Hello, Mr. Guy. How would you approach transitioning a fish room from typical tropical parameters to Tanganyikan water parameters of it were necessary? If it were necessary, maybe that's what you meant. So, I mean, Tanganyikan water is, you're going to want it to be a little harder. But other than that, like temperature is going to be the same. So, I mean, the simplest thing to do would be to just add into your system something that's going to buffer the water. And I prefer to use things that are going to buffer the water consistently, not a powder or a salt, which those work and they're fine. I sell them. I mean, I wouldn't sell them if they didn't work. We sell the cichlid buffers and stuff like that because some people have no other choice but to use something like that. And that's fine. It works great for it. But I would use like crushed coral. That's what everybody says, of course. And that, you know, there's all different kinds of rocks and things like that that you can put in your tanks or into your filters or into your sumps or whatever that will kind of permanently buffer the water so that you're not having to mess with it all the time. That's what I would do. But temperature is the same. So you won't have to worry about that. Matt or Apollo, listening to this on my way home after this long day. Thank you for the good live streams. Well, I hope I was able to entertain you, make it a little easier on you, Matt. Thank you. And pay attention to the road, not giving me money, because I can't even imagine how horrible that would be to hear. Man sends super chat, then, I don't want to hear that, Matt. I want you to be here next week. So thank you. But let's focus on the road. Leslie Perry, I don't know what we have done to deserve you. You said it's your last night with us and you just want to send all this money. A $50 banger, folks. This is crazy. Take my money. Big hugs to you and Lisa. Deuces. Thank you. The last time I heard somebody say deuces to me was somebody that was really mean to me. And started a fight between me and another YouTuber, which was just dumb because it wasn't real. And anyway, we're getting into the weeds here. Danielle Castet, I always say your name wrong, so I'm just not even going to try it. Has anyone ever told you your yellow... Let's rewind that. Has anyone ever told you your yellow tat... What's happening? Has anyone ever told you your yellow lab tank looks like a tank full of yellow Tic Tacs? It's adorable. I have not heard that, but that is hilarious. And it makes me think the word adorable too. That's really cute. No, I've not heard that. But just as I expected when when I set up that tank, when I had the first idea for that tank, when I first had the idea, it was just a large tank, all blacked out with nothing but just a whole slew of yellow labs in it. Just that spectacle to me, the idea, I was like, people are going to love that. I don't particularly care because I know I will love that. And that's what's important. I would love it. Lisa would love it. That's all that really matters. But at the same time, everybody that sees it will also love it. Everybody wins. That's a great thing. And it's definitely been that way. I figured, like with the Oscars, I mean, I got comments from people like, what kind of an idiot gets a $10,000 aquarium and puts 3 fish in it that cost $8? This kind of guy. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say to that. But it's not a $10,000 tank, but it's an expensive tank. What kind of an idiot puts, these little nickel and dime fish that you can get at Walmart? Why would you put those in a 360? Well, because I love them and I don't care if you have a problem with it. I got a lot of comments like that. What a waste to put those dumb fish in there. I mean, how dare you? That would be like me saying your kid's ugly. You know what I'm saying? Like, I might think your kid's ugly, but I'm not going to say it because I'm not a monster. Somebody loves their fish, I'm not going to tell them they're dumb. Even if I think the person is dumb, I'm not going to say they're dumb because I have common sense, decency. You know what I'm saying? Just wouldn't do it. But I have not heard Tic Tacs before. That is really cute. I love the orange Tic Tacs. The only problem with orange Tic Tacs is that little container. It's like 2 servings for me. Like, and then one more. Because you got to put like 17, 18 of them in your mouth at one time to get the full effect, right? So, all right, listen, folks. We're at 8:29 or 9:29. I want to tell you about something special that's happening right now. You've probably already had Zen Ginger or Melissa Jeswald or some amazing moderator post the link to the stream that follows us, the Fish Room Fever live stream. But I'm going to tell you something. You don't have to do that. This is the amazing thing. YouTube just introduced a feature that I can automatically direct people to that site. So here's what'll not that site, but that live stream. So here's what'll happen. If you want to get a little bit more fun, if you want to have a little bit more fun listening to a couple of really cool guys that are cooler than me, for sure. They have much more glorious facial hair than I do. And they're much easier to look at than I am. 2 stunning individuals. They will be live after me immediately. They're starting right now. Talking about Fish Room Fever and Chattanooga Ed. Fish Room Fever, he's all right. But Chattanooga Ed is one of the nicest human beings that's ever set foot on this planet. So you should go over there just for them. But you don't even have to do a thing. When I click stop, you'll automatically go over there, which is really cool. At least I hope. That's what's supposed to happen. We'll see if it works. I hope it does. But listen, okay, Whips World, 11 and she was gone. 11 is when we waved goodbye. 11 is standing still waiting. No, I don't have that one. That one's not up here. It's not up here, Whip. But thank you again for the shirt. This shirt was a gift from my friend Whips World, folks. He's an amazing guy. He looks like Jared Leto in his avatar. It's very cute. It looks like a cross between Jared Leto and Jesus Christ. He doesn't look like either one of those people in real life, but he's a beautiful man, and he's a beautiful person for sending us these shirts. This has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed myself tonight. I hope you have too. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you to all of the moderators for helping out with this, because, I mean, there's a lot of shenanigans that happen that I can't keep up with when I'm in here by myself. I can't keep up with them when I'm not by myself. So thank you for all of that. And hashtag, I don't know. Hashtag, I don't know. How about that? There you go. I don't want to take up too much more of their time. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. Thank you, Elon, for not making this a complete disaster tonight in the storm. And I will talk to all of you next week. And Lisa should be here. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't be. You never really know. Might be just her and I won't be here. I don't think that's ever happened. But thank you all so much for hanging out. And we'll see you next week.